We're live on YouTube and recording, so here we go.
It's your God Call with Reverend Bill.
Inspiration is when a new idea crawls inside of you and starts to grow and grow and grow and grow. And the question is your immune system fighting that off? When one of those ideas implants itself inside of you, are you a naysayer? Are you a doubter? Are you the kind of person who's saying, nah, that's not going to work, I could never, etc., etc., etc.? Or are you open to what's new? Are you going to respond to that invitation by allowing something new and wonderful to come into being? And this is the part where Sonic Yogi unveils himself. Hmm. I wonder if there's a technical issue going on down there in Atlanta someplace.
Is there any point that I need to?
There we go. Hey, John, you're on. There they are. You are muted, John.
Okay. I'm sorry, did I miss the God call?
Yes, you did. But we're waiting patiently, and as soon as you start, it'll be perfect.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you, Sonic Yogi. Wow, worth the wait. And good morning, New Thought Philadelphia. Ooh, it is wonderful to be here. Today is the middle of March. It is St. Patrick's Day Eve. It's also my birthday. I am celebrating a birthday. Going to blow out the flames of faith later on, or whatever it is that ministers do to celebrate their birthday. In the meantime, I will remind you the rules that we have when we're meeting on Zoom, which is to keep yourself muted except when we're going to be sharing or making a little noise together. Let's do one of those. A big happy noise together. Go ahead and unmute your mic and repeat after me. I open myself to love.
I
I open
open
myself to
myself
love.
to love.
I open myself to joy.
I open myself
Open myself to joy.
Today is a celebration,
Today is a celebration.
and love is unfolding right here and right now.
Love is
Love is
unfolding right
unfolding
here
right
and right
here
now.
And so it is.
And so it is.
All right, go ahead and mute your microphone one more time as I remind you that New Thought Philadelphia is an open and loving community of spiritual adventurers, welcoming each person to experience their divine nature in an empowering space of unconditional love. So, whatever path you've been on, whatever brought you to our Zoom today, wherever you're heading next, we have been expecting you. Welcome home. We believe that there's one power, love, intelligence, or force that creates everything, including each of us, and that we're each using that same power, love, intelligence, or force to create our lives according to our beliefs. The way we like to say it around here, your new life begins with a new thought. Another reminder that if you have electronic devices that might disturb you, or gosh forbid, somebody else, between now and the end of the celebration, go ahead and put them on shush so that we can be focused together, focused within, focused on the divine connection that we have. I'm Bill Marcioni, the birthday boy and the spiritual director at New Thought Philadelphia. Our music today is by Sonic Yogi from Atlanta, joined by, I'm pretty sure you said Katy. I got that right. From Auburn. Yep, there we go. And welcome. I think John's technique is to continue adding stuff until it gets out of hand, and we'll see where we get. We have a couple of practitioners today. Joe is going to lead us in a meditation in a little bit. And right now, Jesus is going to open us the way we open everything, which is a practical prayer. Jesus?
Thank you, Rev. Thank you. Let's settle in to the goodness that is within the God, Emmanuel. And let's celebrate. Celebrate all the people, the persons that it's their birthday in March. Like Reverend Bill, the First Lady Dina, also in March. Happy birthday. We celebrate. We celebrate every day. Every day is a celebration. If you're here in this moment of God, it's time to celebrate. Look within and find something to celebrate about. Your relationship, 16 years of marriage, wonderful. Some people got 30, 35, others got one. It's only one, the one presence. On in us, through us, around us, as us. It is us. It's God within. We are part of that creation. We are God, of course, in different levels. God is infinite. and we live and move, have our being in the one presence, the God with us, in us. I'm so grateful for this moment. I'm so grateful for breathing in this time. Take a deep breath in. Yeah. Let it go. Relax. Prepare yourself for the music, for the talk, for the announcement, for the lighting of the flame of faith, for the prayers, the meditation, all that we celebrate in this moment of celebration here with New Thought. New Thought is a channel, it's a vessel that God is using to express his truth, his divinity through each one of us here. We are a unique expression, an idea in the infinite mind. We dwell in this mind. Let's get our little mind out the way and swim in the one mind where all ideas, everything comes from. Everything is there, the all-knowing, the God within us. Yes, let's take ourselves out the way, like Emerson said. Take your bloodiness, nothingness out the way and let God express himself through each one here in a high and mighty way. Because the mighty, not the mighty, the almighty is here saturating this Zoom celebration with love and joy and peace. It's the spirit of man and the inspiration from the Almighty give him understanding. It's better to understand than to be understood. It's better to love than to be loved. Yes, let's be that channel because we are the channel. We are the instrument that God is using this morning to express himself. I'm so grateful for this time and space that I'm here sharing with my brothers and sisters a time of unity, a time of joy. The joy of the Lord is my strength. I will mount my wings like eagles. I will walk and not get tired. I will run and not get worried because the Spirit of God is in me, giving me vitality, knowledge, and wisdom and understanding. With gratitude in my heart, and let my prayers be known to the one mind, to the Lord mind.
Go. And on the count of three,
Always say yes.
go.
And once again, let's say yes. So let's go all the way to the joy, to the peace, and to the love. And so it is. Amen.
So it is. Thank you, Jesus.
Welcome.
Thank you, Jesus. So, yeah, so cause for celebration today. And the reason we do a prayer is because it works. Anybody have a prayer works story that's worth celebrating? Just raise your hand and let me know. I can get a chance to share that. I have one, which was spectacular as far as I'm concerned. If you recall last week, I was kind of moving very slowly because I had been in severe pain. The problem had been coming on for a couple of weeks, and my side just kept on locking up and hurting and hurting and hurting. And I was doing all the things. I was stretching, I was exercising, I went to the doctor, I got physical therapy, and it kept getting worse. And last Saturday, as I was doing the physical therapy exercises and continuing to do the prayers, something popped, something just shifted. And by the time I went back to physical therapy on Tuesday, I just walked in and the guy said, "How are you?" I said, "Actually, I'm fine." So completely resolved, and now I'm doing something different. So prayer works, and so dramatically that it's like I kind of remember what it was like, but it's not an issue. Nia,
Yes. So I have a prayer work story. I was actually praying with someone, and it's a young lady, and she's just been having a hard time, hard life. She's now residing with one of my cousins that lives in Georgia. And she has a job out there. She's applying for school. But the job that she actually has, she doesn't have a car. You know, she's in Georgia. So she's paying for Ubers, and that's pretty much majority of her paycheck. But the job that she actually has, they saw that every day she still comes to work. She's always on time. The youth that she works with actually enjoys her. So we didn't pray for anything specific, but we were just praying that she's going through this journey, that all pieces will come together for her. But her job actually now gave her a down payment for her first car and a car for her to get back to work. So we were again, we wasn't praying for anything specific, but something happened for her, and now she'll be able to get back and forth to work and have additional money um, to save. So
I love when that
it's a
happens.
real story.
Beautiful. Thank you, Nia. Michelle, what you got?
So I was praying for a couple people that I knew they were going through some health issues, and I just prayed for them for healing and to get better. And sure enough, they're better, they feel better, and they're in a better place now for it. They were struggling for a long time with a couple of like health ailments that were really dragging them down and giving them, issues. And uh, I prayed for a couple days for them, and they found good doctors and are on a better path now.
Perfect. I love when that happens.
Mhm.
Yeah, sometimes it's absolutely obvious how the prayer got answered, and sometimes it's mysterious and it still got answered, and it's like none of our business. So thank you for that. We have some announcements now. If you have a kazoo nearby, help me herald in Karen Judd.
This celebratory information is on the website at newthoughtphilly.org. Sign up there for the weekly e-newsletter so we can keep in touch. Get your tickets now for our Spring Songs concert. We'll be live at the Falzers Club on Saturday, April 5th, starting at 7 p.m., with live music by John Conahan, Dan Rendine, and Alyssa Garcia. This will be hybrid so everyone can join in. You are invited to a supportive gathering for challenging times. Next Sunday at 7 p.m. on Zoom. It is an open, compassionate gathering where we can share what we're experiencing with New Thought friends all around the country. It's an invitation to healing. Come as you are, leave feeling less alone. We've expanded our ability to interact within our community. Use the new online form to share your contact info, and we will be able to more easily reach out to one another. Join us for a 15-minute meditation on Zoom. Meet a new friend or an old one. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings this week are also on Insight Timer Live. The Practical Prayer podcast this week is entitled Synchronicities with Carol and Reverend Bill. Listen where you get your podcasts. You can also join the live recording session on New Thought Media Network tomorrow at 1 p.m. The Power of Eight Intention Circle meets every Monday evening from 6:30 to 7 p.m. to help bring new experiences into the lives of the group members. Get God calls. They're a half minute of inspiration on your phone 4 times every week. Begin your free 2-week trial at godcall.org. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Insight Timer, and YouTube. Follow, subscribe, like, and share, and join the 2,112 spiritual adventurers in our group on meetup.com. Your financial support keeps New Thought Philly org going. Please make tax-deductible donation by Zelle, Cash App, check, PayPal, Venmo, credit, or debit card. And thank you to the team that makes our celebration work and has fun doing it. We get together before the celebration to put the pieces in order. To join the joy, email our volunteer coordinator. Next Sunday is online with Renewal. Guest speaker Reverend Dave Schwach explores ways we can keep our unruly thoughts at bay and experience the good we deserve. Live original music by Anna Varsniak. The practitioners are available for professional sessions by appointment. And after the celebration today, Jesus will be available for a quick transformation or miracle in a moment prayer. We'll leave the Zoom meeting open after the celebration for casual conversation. And those are the announcements.
Thank you so much. And I want to say welcome to the people who are joining us for the first time. I know that Katy is one of them. Fallon was on a little bit earlier, but seems to have dropped off. If there's anybody else who's here for the first time, you can identify yourself if you'd like just by waving, and otherwise just accept this blessing and know that you are blessed. The rest of us are going to rub our hands together so we can feel the warmth, we can feel the love, and share that love. You are the bright light of God's divine love. Thank you for sharing that love and shining your light with us today. Welcome. As John does the next song, I invite you to go ahead and either go into gallery view so you can make eye contact with the people who are here. If you're on a device, you can swipe amongst the images and just be present with the people who are present with us. John? Thank you, John. Thank you so much. We're going to light the flames of faith this morning, and Dina is going to lead us.
Good morning. We perform this ceremony to acknowledge that all people and all faiths come from the one power, love, intelligence, which we call spirit or God. We honor the richness that comes from our shared diversity and bless the interwoven energy of the divine feminine and masculine. We light the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the earth-based traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. As we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone or any place you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
Blessed be. The reading today comes from the Science of Mind magazine. It's called Celebrate, and Nia is going to share for us.
Okay. Celebrate. Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. A quote by Denise Waitley. In everything, give thanks. An attitude of gratitude is most salutary and bespeaks the realization that we are now in heaven. A quote by Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind. Every single moment of the day is an opportunity to give thanks and celebrate. You may ask, what is there to celebrate? Well, you got up this morning. You have the ability to read these words. Just the mere act of breathing is enough to celebrate and be grateful. Gratitude is a way of celebrating life. While I don't normally do this, I am going to assume that many of you have gratitude journals or make a gratitude list daily. This is a wonderful exercise. For those of you who do not have that practice yet, I invite you to start because gratitude is a creative energy that creates more for us to be grateful for. Let's celebrate today, giving thanks for another opportunity to shine our light and give our gifts. Celebrate today as if it were a special holiday and look forward to the gifts life brings your way. If nothing else, give thanks for being who you are. Truly, this is something to celebrate because once again, there is no one on the face of the planet like you. You are a magnificent being. Celebrate that. And the affirmation, I celebrate, I am grateful for who I am. I am the awesome expression of life.
Who am I but a piece of light?
piece of light, but an instrumentally divine. Instrumentally divine.
But how do we move forward? We move forward with the knowledge that we are enough. As we were, as we are, as we will be. Because who am I but a piece of light, reflecting, refracting, illuminating? We wake into darkness, and in the beginning that is all that we know. We are held in a place of comfort. There is no fear, only stillness as creation begins.
Who am I but a piece of light, but instrumentally divine.
Energy's vibrating. The light hasn't become visible to the human eye, but is humming through all of our being. The light that is never ending, but constantly adapting, changing, evolving. A metamorphic entity that resides within us. A metamorphic entity that is us. As we emerge from the darkness, we are suddenly surrounded by lights. We thought that we were the only one, but we are many. We gravitate through the years, reflecting the light that we see, sharing the light that we are, and joining with all the other pieces of light, illuminating all the beauty that there is in this world. We're drawn together, weaving a tapestry that is so rich, so vibrant, so exquisite. Though we are but one thread, together we paint a story that will be continued to be passed on through the ages. Each light guiding the way to those who follow, as they were once guided by the lights that came before. There comes a point in all of our lives where we must re-enter the womb of life alone, and though our physical form may change, our light remains. Because there's no beginning and no ending to the light that is within us. That light continues on, reflecting from those that we've touched, reflecting from those who have touched us. Though we are reborn in a new form, our light is always within us, illuminating the path back to the lights that we have known and loved. Because who are we but pieces of light? And what is a piece if not part of a whole? We are all one and the same, and therefore never truly alone, because we are all light and we are all one. Who of the divine.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you, Katie. The fact that it's my birthday set aside, there's always cause for celebration. There is always a reason to celebrate. Now, I know in life that good things happen and bad things happen. And you've been hanging around New Thought long enough to know that good and bad are judgments. They're matters of opinion. Good are the things that we prefer. Bad are the things that we don't. And our experience of life, I mean, pretty much, when the stuff that we describe as good happens, we celebrate. And when the stuff that we describe as bad happens, we deal with it. Sometimes we deal with it very well. Sometimes we deal with it very poorly. It's just the way it goes. When we're on our game, we remember to take it into prayer and invite transformation in. But as we're going through the experience of life, what we tend to do, what I've noticed, is that we tend to take the experience that we've had in the past and we project that onto the future, and then we get disheartened. Yeah, we get unhappy because we think that the stuff that's been happening is going to continue happening. And we get sad because we think that the great stuff that used to happen isn't happening anymore. That, by the way, is nostalgia. And our nostalgic memories are always better than they were in the first place. You think about the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, and there's some great times and some wonderful music and partying and youthful vitality and all of that. There was a big war going on in the 60s and the early 70s, huge gas prices spiking in the 70s, AIDS and high interest rates going on in the 80s. Did you remember that stuff? Was that on the top of your mind? No, because you're thinking back to the great pop songs of those days. But the invitation is to find a reason to celebrate, to find a cause for celebration, regardless of the circumstances that are going on around us. So I don't know if you've heard, but spring is going to start on Thursday morning. And all of the transformation that happens in the world around us is continuing to go. I'm already seeing the buds that are coming out, and the tulips are getting ready to pop through, and there is cause for celebration. Remind yourself to stop and smell the roses. And that's not just metaphorical. When the roses blossom in your neighborhood and you're walking around paying attention to something else and you see them, stop and smell them. Some of them actually smell really good. Take advantage of the circumstance that's at hand and celebrate it. There's a story that Jean Houston tells. Jean is an anthropologist and a spiritual leader and a visionary, and she was a protege of Buckminster Fuller and Margaret Mead, among others. And in the last days at the end of her life, Margaret Mead was actually living with Jean Houston. And Jean tells the story that you could tell when Margaret woke up every morning because she would bellow at the top of her lungs, "I'm Margaret Mead, and thank God I'm alive." When's the last time you did that? And by the way, you don't have to say Margaret Mead. You can say your name in there. She would yell, "I'm Margaret Mead, and thank God I'm alive." That was cause for celebration. So we can always find cause for celebration. And even when we're finding cause for celebration in the bad things that didn't happen, or the bad things that happened didn't happen to us. So just as an exercise, I checked the newspaper headlines. Intense long-duration tornadoes struck parts of Arkansas, Mississippi, and Missouri, leaving some communities in tatters. Did that happen to you? Probably not. We're not going to celebrate that it happened to somebody else, but we can celebrate that it didn't happen to us. Hundreds of homes and other buildings were destroyed in Oklahoma as fierce winds and wildfires swept through the region. Again, sad, tragic, disappointing, unhappy. Did it happen to you? You can celebrate that it did not. I'm just going over the headlines in the newspaper this morning. Nightclub fire kills at least 59 in North Macedonia. How's your life in comparison? Are there some roses for you to smell? Is there some peace that's going on? There are people who are trying to live in Gaza. And my heart goes out to those people and to all the people who I've been talking about because there are challenges that come along. I said, when the things that we describe as bad happen, we get to deal with them. And we can celebrate the good that's happening for us and the bad or the challenging things that might be happening in other places that didn't happen to us. There's somebody a few weeks back living in North Philadelphia. An airplane crashed into their house. On a scale of good to bad, I would call that bad. And it's a reason for empathy and compassion. And it's a reminder that when we're catastrophizing about the horrible things that are going on in our lives and how bad they are, did an airplane crash into your house? Okay, maybe there's a little cause for celebration. Perhaps there is a gift at hand. And in every moment, we can remind ourselves of the gift that's available by taking a deep breath. So go ahead and do that right now. Take a deep breath in and then let it go. And keep breathing. And there are people who have a challenging time breathing. And if you're not having a challenging time breathing, you can celebrate that. There's something wonderful going on for you. I've been dealing with a lot of people over the course of the last week who are dealing with serious health challenges, and some friends of mine have passed. And it's a moment for sadness. And I can celebrate their life and I can celebrate the progress that they've been on, and I can also celebrate my own experience. We can each do that. We can each celebrate the experience that we're having, accept the good that's available, deal with the challenges that come along, and find the cause for celebration. So there's a lot of stuff that's going on in our country now, and there are people who are wringing their hands. And as you heard, we're doing a supportive gathering a week from tonight. And it's just to get together with people and listen and be present and open up to a spiritual perspective, not to bypass anything, not to stuff any feelings down, but to give some space to say, hey, this is what's going on for me, and how can I be okay with this? And it's possible that in some ways we are okay. We need to be reminded of it. We need to be connected with other people and have an opportunity to share that. So I invite you to come to that gathering. It's on Sunday at 7 p.m. It's going to be in a Zoom meeting, not this Zoom meeting, a different one. In recent days, completely to my surprise, Dean and I have been exploring the possibilities of world travel. Is there a better place in this country, in this world to live? And I don't know. I don't know. I'm remembering the stories that Patrick had before he decided to expatriate to Portugal. And he's having a good time doing that. And is that a good idea? We'll see. We'll see. But it could be a cause for celebration. There could be something new that's coming along there. The important thing to remember is to not panic, to deal with the situation, and to open to the guidance, to let ourselves be guided and take the next methodical, reasonable step rather than throw our hands in the air and go, oh my gosh, it's terrible, it's awful, nothing's working, life is horrible. My dog Oliver loves chasing squirrels. And we were out today in the park chasing squirrels. And as far as Oliver is concerned, chasing squirrels is good. And I would imagine that as far as the squirrels are concerned, Oliver chasing squirrels is bad. Now, it's a difference in perspective. Oliver does not catch the squirrels, which for the squirrels is a cause for celebration. I'm pretty sure for Oliver, it's a cause for celebration because he could probably catch him if he wanted to, but I think he just likes chasing him. But the person who it's a real celebration for is me, because I don't have to deal with a dog that caught a squirrel. I don't know how messy that is, but it's got to be messy. And there's a cause for celebration for me. He's running, he's having a good time. The squirrels are getting their workout. He's like the CrossFit instructor for the squirrels in our neighborhood. And it can be a celebration for everybody. And I mentioned guidance. We can see the circumstance and the situation, we can panic about it. And that's usually not helpful. And we can see the situation and we can say, there's something that's going on here, and there's perhaps a step for me to take, and open ourselves up to the possibility of what the step is to take and get quiet. To get quiet and go within and listen for that still small voice. that infinite intelligence that knows everything, the one that's part of the creative process that has created everything, that infinite intelligence abides within, and it can suggest to us what our next perfect steps are. And sometimes those steps are perfectly reasonable. It's exactly what we want to do anyway. And sometimes they go counter to what we were thinking we should be doing. One thing that I've noticed about the guidance is that when it's telling us to do something that we want to do anyway, it might be our ego doing its impression of the still small voice to try and just convince us that whatever we wanted to do is okay. And if it's suggesting something new or something different or a different angle or approach for the way to engage with the world, that's something that's worth listening to. There's another Gene Houston story. I was thinking about Gene Houston because of Margaret Mead, and the other one came to mind. Gene Houston, who's the very well-renowned, wonderful lady. She was, and this is 25 years ago, she was scheduled to do a talk at the United Nations, and she went to New York to do her talk at the United Nations, and she got this intuitive ping that she should go home. Skip the talk, don't do the talk on Monday morning, just go home immediately because California, Northern California, which is where she lives, is the place to be. And she's supposed to be doing a speech at the United Nations, and she traveled all the way across the country to do this. And everything sensible would say, stay and just do the speech. But she didn't. She listened to the intuitive hit. And she went home. And she was at home. And it's possible that when she got home on that Monday afternoon, that she might have felt sheepish. Well, I gave this whole thing up, and there's, what was the point of that? But she didn't know she was going with her guidance. It turns out that the day that she went home was September 10th, 2001. And she was supposed to go home on September 11th on Flight 93, which is the one that crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. She found out later on that the intuitive guidance had been exactly right. That the place for her to be was not the place that her ego told her to be, not the place that she had committed or scheduled herself to be, but someplace else. And that infinite creative power that creates everything is able to provide something to celebrate that way. So there's always something to celebrate. There's always cause for celebration. There's always a reason to get the little party noisemakers and the funny hats and the pom-poms and celebrate something. And sometimes when we're faced with a challenge, we really have to look at what our steps and our activities are in order to bring that new experience of celebration into being. But it is always there. As we heard before, in everything, give thanks. In everything, give thanks. There is something good going on here, even if I don't know what it is, even if it seems horrible right now. There is the possibility to turn away from what's not working, to turn towards the light and invite something new and be part of that celebration. So that's the invitation for you for today, for this week. As springtime begins, as St. Patrick's Day unfolds, as you blow out my birthday candles, let your life be a joyous celebration. So it is.
Thank you, Katie and John. That was beautiful. We've just spent time using our physical senses with the music and the words. And now we'll take it a step further and ground it in our spirituality, in our emotions. It's a little meditation. And I loved the part where Katie was singing and the lyrics were pieces. We are pieces, but we are part of a whole. Because pieces make up that whole, whatever it is. So we're all connected. And we can always celebrate the truth of who we are, that we are part of that whole. And I was struck that it's grounded in gratitude. When you can find something that you're grateful for, you have something to celebrate. Let's start there. Find something to be grateful for, and then think about how we can celebrate it. And even if we're grateful that we escaped or were spared some calamity, we can offer up. We can celebrate by offering up our love and our light and our ability to see the good and use that higher consciousness, that hawk view, to see the good in something and send that energy out. If we can't do anything concrete, we can at least do that and send that love and that light to whoever it is or whatever it is that suffered that calamity. Prayer and compassion are celebration. To be the light and be the love and be that source of good. And we'll take that into the silence. Take a deep breath. Get comfortable. And just go where your thoughts and your gratitude directs you.
God, make me an instrument of your celebration. Where is sadness, let me bring joy. Where there's hatred, let me bring love. Where there's doubt, let me bring faith. Where there's darkness, let me bring light. Because it's in the giving that we receive, and it's in the dying that we are born into eternal life. So let's enter the temple gates with thanksgiving. Let's go into his courts with praise and celebration. It's always a time to celebrate. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes, move your shoulders a little, and bring your awareness back to the soon celebration as John played this next beautiful song for each one of us.
Just lay your burdens down. Just lay your burdens down. Just lay your burdens down. At your feet. No need to question why. No need to say goodbye. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. You've got power. You've got a light. And breathe. It's a brand new day. It's a brand new day. stop trying to control and learn to let it go and flow. Follow me into the mountain, follow me into the sea, follow me into the river of your soul till you learn to let it go. Learn to just let it be. Follow me into the mountain, follow me into the sea, follow me into the river of your soul till you learn to let it go. Learn to just let it be. Speak your peace, speak your peace and breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. You've got the power, you've got the light, you've got the power, you've got the light and breathe.
Beautiful. Thank you both. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm mindful of the time, so we're going to go and move right on to the offering. So Karen is going to lead us in that.
New Thought Philadelphia is all about spreading the love. Our community is supported by your contributions. The gifts you share help to fund our work in the world, and the way you shine your light spreads the love. We are grateful for every way you share. We don't have a basket today, but there is a donate button on the website to make a donation by credit card, PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. You can also mail a check to our office in Ardmore. The offering affirmation is on the screen. We'll say the affirmation together. I live abundant universe. I am
I am one with the infinite
infinite
source.
source of all good. I
Conscious
Prosperity.
prosperity.
I
Enjoy the richness of life.
I
I bless my
my
gift.
gift.
share my gifts
Share my gift with gratitude and
and as I
joy.
give.
And I know that as I give,
I give, I do receive.
so it
And
is.
so it
Amen.
is. Thank you. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, John and Katie. One more for us before we go home. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. What a lovely birthday celebration. Thank you. I'm going to blow my candle out any second now. Let us close with a joyous cacophony, the way that we open everything. Go ahead and unmute your microphone so you can repeat after me. I am love and light.
I
am
love
the
light.
light.
I deal with what's bad.
I deal with what's
Bad.
I celebrate what's good.
I
Celebrate
celebrate
what's good.
And I let my light shine.
And I let my light shine.
Shine.
And so it is.
So it
And
is.
so it is.